Dante's Discussion.
Welcome back to another edition of Dante's Discussion. As you can see here, I am in Dark Souls 3, and the question this time for you to answer for next week's answers video is, which weapon, or weapon class, I mean really just weapon, has the most egregious, most ridiculous phantom range? Now, there are a lot of weapons that have a phantom range. Actually, this game, way more than Dark Souls 2. And part of it's probably because of the latency as well. Has an extreme amount of phantom range all over the place. So, I'm just going to mess around. I'm just going to play here a little bit. And one of the weapons that has it is the dagger. But here's the thing. Certain weapons need it. Dagger needs it. Damn. Jesus Christ. Okay. Do your weapon art. Come on now. Yeah, I lost. I lost big time. Come on. Woo! I got lucky. I ran out of stamps. I don't think I'm going to win this. But daggers need it only on the poke, though. They did nothing. They did nothing in one. Damn it. Anyways, yeah, daggers need it. And usually it's on the roll. I didn't get to showcase it there because they were a little bit more aggressive than I thought they'd be. But that's sort of the way they needed to play to win right there. So like I said, the thing with the daggers is they have the ability to roll punish people pretty well. Part of that is definitely because of the phantom range. Obviously, there are better daggers than other harpies, probably a little bit better. I mean, look at the length of this weapon. You stab with it, which is demented because of it's a freaking hook. But probably the best is what, Corvian? Tailbone's pretty good, actually. The length of the tailbone is absurd. Corvian might be the best. I'm assuming, I mean, you know, again, it might be a little bit on your preference. All right, there we go. I don't know why. Yeah, look. I mean, look how gigantic this weapon is. So this one is obviously good. That one doesn't need as much. But I mean, every weapon has something. So Lothric Greatsword, straight sword. Every straight sword also has phantom range, as I'm sure you know, especially with the R2. So you do the double R1 swipe, and then you do the R2, and then they're just in bad shape. Oh, lucky sucker. What? Yeah, get out of here. So, I mean, I wasn't able to showcase it there. They got lucky. That was weird, though, because I struck them once and I did an R1 right-handed swipe across, which is supposed to be a 2-hit, but that was weird how that didn't work. So, yeah, I mean, you get extreme range with this anyway, and really the most egregious one for the straight swords is the dark sword. The length of this and just the R1, how far you can hit, is absurd. But I believe maybe even longer than that, surprisingly, would be the Goddards. The Goddards might, I think, have the longest range of any, maybe the same as the Dark Sword. That I'm not positive. So that's where things get really interesting and really strange and really hateful for a lot of people. As far as great swords, I would say for the most part, great swords only have phantom range on running attacks. So they'll have it on the running attack most of the time. Some of them have really good range, like the Onyx Blade. The Onyx Blade has, well, that's not it, but the Onyx Blade has, I can't even use it effectively. It has really good range, because it is a longer weapon, but yeah, I don't know. Didn't expect that. Yeah. Come on, get roll punished. He's gonna roll after me, and it's gonna hurt. Oh, he got me. That was a lot faster than I expected. I couldn't even wield that damn weapon either. He probably would have been dead by the damage, because that weapon's pretty good. But that weapon has interesting range on it. Sometimes I get hit by the R1 thinking I spaced it out right. That's a little bit different. Even what the people call the blender, if you will, the Hollow Slayer greatsword, that also has pretty interesting range. And obviously the hyper armor, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about phantom range here, people. So going through all the weapons, I mean, you see they each all have their own type of thing. Some are a little bit more ridiculous than others. As far as ultra greats, as far as I've seen, I don't think ultra greats have phantom range. I don't think so. If you know of an example, well, actually, you know what? The Farron greatsword kind of has interesting phantom range. When you do the weapon art attack, you hit people pretty interestingly with that attack. I've been hit from a mile away with that attack. Other than this attack specifically, I think ultra greats don't really have phantom range. Now we're getting into some things that have disgusting phantom range. I'm going to use the Painted Guardians just to show you how ridiculous curved swords are with phantom range. And really, it's mostly for the running R1. But on certain weapons, the roll punish is pretty nasty as well. So we're going to see how this... Maybe I can get a few here. I'm probably going to get parried. Because I'm not really trying, but whatever. Alright, I actually don't know what that does. Look at that. Phantom range right there. He keeps trying to parry me. I should have... Ah. What? Damn, man. Wow. I made him get bled, too. This is a little bit shorter than a lot of the others. Obviously, if you use the Karthus, I probably would have hit him a lot of those roll punishes, and the phantom range is pretty ridiculous. So this is definitely up there in the contender, especially for me, what I think. What do we got? We could try Exile. Usually on the ultra curve swords, I think it's mostly on the running attack. Sometimes the R1 seems to be a little bit ridiculous, but it is a large weapon, so it's like, well, you got to stay away anyway. So I really do think on the ultra curves here, or curved greatswords, that it's mostly on the running attack and maybe on the weapon arm. But I think it's mostly running attack. I don't think it's much else there. Whoa. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, man. What? I can't believe I missed. Okay. Bat rolling. Get dead. I just hyper armored through it right there. As you saw, I think I got one or two hits that seemed phantom-y, if you will. Nothing too crazy. But again, on the running attack, I think it's mostly on the running attack there. All right, what do we got? We got rapiers next. Rapiers are interesting. Rapiers have... I actually don't think rapiers have that much phantom range. Maybe on the running attack a little bit. I normally don't notice it here. I think really what it is just the fact that they're pretty fast. And maybe it's because you can't really see rapiers. you don't really know if you're gonna get hit. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's the weird thing with rapiers. But sometimes you can do the weapon art, and you don't think it's gonna go as far as it does, and it goes that far, believe it or not. Oh, and here's where things get absurd. Okay, I think probably number one. I'm gonna say might be tied number one for me against the Karthus as far as the running attack, phantom range. Well, I think actually I'm gonna say it's a three-way tie so far between the running attack of the washing pole versus the running attack of the Karthus versus the R2 of the straight sword. Ow. I messed up a lot. Yeah, I'm not gonna lose now. I probably shouldn't. Nice, he got me with that. I played stupidly. I played dumb. I just wanted to show the running attack. And I didn't get to showcase it there as much as I wanted to, obviously. But the running attack is absurd. Okay, I'm sure you've played against it. I'm sure you know. This is just one of those things where if you've played enough, you've felt you felt the phantom tip go into your brain. All right, that's all I can say. All right, so now I picked basically my top three. However, I do have to have an honorable mention here, and it basically is in the form of axes. I think axes are extremely underutilized. First of all, I think the fact that people don't use it is pretty messed up because I think axes are pretty good. And there's just two axes here that have incredible range. I mean, I'm not sure exactly which one has more range, but if you two-hand the butcher's knife or the man serpent hatchet, and really one hand works as well, but if you do that, the opponent is in for a roll punishing barrage. That's all I can say. I mean, it's just ridiculous. The fact that not only is it extremely easy to roll punish someone with these weapons, but it's extremely effective as well. It's pretty interesting how it works and how a lot of people just don't use these weapons. It's confusing to me. You can look at my showcase videos of both of these weapons. I would say more so on the man serpent hatchet because no one uses this damn weapon, and the R2, how far this swipes is absurd. And I killed a lot of people because they just maybe never saw the weapon or didn't understand that you can be hit from a mile away on this, man. It's crazy. Alright, so let's see if this can work against one-shot kill. Does that go through the shield? Oh, jeez. Ooh, hello. I'm not showcasing these weapons well, okay? I gotta be honest. Just watch my damn showcase videos. Jesus Christ. Next up, we have another weapon that I could probably fail using as well, is the Great Axe. Now, I actually don't think Great Axes have phantom range I don't think so. I mean, they have where they can stun you because they bash down, and that's really effective. I think the only one that might have a slight bit of phantom range is the Black Knight Great Axe, only because when you do the R2, you hit people in interesting manner. That's the only thing I could see. Other than that, I don't think they have that much of phantom range. Maybe that's just me. Let's see if I can do the R2 here, but... Ah! Alright, here we go. Let's see if I can show it. Probably gonna get my ass whooped, but I'm gonna try it. What is this? Whoa! Magic, please. got no stamina. That's 2 hits that do massive damage. Oh, man. That's what I'm talking about, okay? Luckily, that was a perfect shot for that one. Hammers. Hammers. Let's do hammer time. Do hammers have phantom range? They have a slight bit of phantom range. It's more so on, like, the war pick than any of the others, but even still, the others do have a slight bit, and they need it. Like that, you can roll hit people from a lot farther away than you think you can. It's terrible. Hammers are awful, but the war pick is okay. War pick has that sort of 3-strike barrage, 1, 2, and then boom, that roll punish step up. Not really a phantom range type deal, but it gets the job done. As far as large great hammers, awful. Is there phantom range? Nah, not really. A slight bit with the R2, but you're also stepping into it, so it might just be a proper range with this, with the great clubs. Great clubs are just really bad. They're awful. Anyone who says differently, I don't understand. But yeah, anyways, great clubs, terrible. Except for when you just roll punish them. I wish I could roll punish them with this. I don't understand. I don't understand it. They just didn't move at one point. Don't ever take this as great clubs or great hammers are good, because they're not. Okay, they're not. All right, and now on to spears. Now, here's the interesting thing about spears. Spears are, well, some spears are good, some spears are bad, clearly. That's like most weapons, right? The running attack of spears. That's where it's at. If you can get the running attack, and certain spears obviously have better running attacks than others just because of the length of the weapon itself. And this is probably the largest and best of the spears, with the possible exception with the Dragon Slayer Sword Spear. I think in some hands, in some respects, that's better, especially because it has hyper armor. This weapon does have hyper armor, but only in the weapon skill and only for a little bit. But anyways, the running attack, look at that. I mean, this thing is already gigantic, and then the running attack, so many times, you'll see the showcase video eventually, so many times I was hitting people from beyond the grave, basically. It was crazy. Just running, and because of how quick you can do the running startup, they might not even see it. It's absurd. It is absurd. It's effective. It's disgusting. Yeah, it's absurd. Anyways, Theater. Jesus. Wow, that did nothing. Terrible. Look at that. Look at that phantom range. Get dead. Holy crap. That phantom range is disgusting. It's phantom, but also it's the weapon that is disgusting as well with that. Ugh. Yeah. As far as halberds are concerned, I would say halberds don't really have too much by way of phantom range. However, I will say the Gundir's, this weapon art has a little bit of phantom range when attacking somebody like that, because it'll stun you, or the spin attack will hit you and you won't know it hit you until you basically got hit. I mean, that's how scientific I can go right there, okay? I don't know what else to tell you. The running attack has not phantom range, but it hits and stuns people in front of them, obviously. But again, it's not too phantomy with it, except for maybe the weapon art. And this might be, I'm gonna say it's probably the only one as far as the halberds are concerned with phantom range. All right, so let's see if I can do it here again. Slick killer. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We get it. All right. That was weird. A weapon I've never used before, by the way. Actually, a lot of these weapons, washing pole, a lot of these weapons I'm just messing around with. But either way, it didn't really showcase it there. Maybe with the spin attack at the end when he was on the stairs, a little bit of phantom range. As far as scythes are concerned, scythes are a little bit interesting because they just have really good range anyway. I mean, look at that. Especially if you aim up. If you actually aim up, no one does that, but if you aim up, I don't care if he hits you. Walk into it. Especially if you aim up, but the weapon art for this is a little unfair. Terrible. Uh-oh. Look at that phantom range. Ow. That was awesome. Not being able to get my stamina back crushed me there. That's funny. That doesn't really have phantom range. It just has good range. I think that's basically all sights. All sights have really good range. Next up, we're gonna have whips, and whips are just bad. They're just pretty terrible. There's ways to use them. Using it as just your main weapon, not great. Although you can watch my video on it, not great. All right, so I mean we got whips. Whips don't have phantom range, except I would say for the weapon art, and it's really just like the witch's locks. That's basically what it is. But I mean, the weapon art, that goes an extreme distance. Everything else about the whip is, it has some phantom range, but like it clearly like it clearly needs it. That's the thing about the phantom range, is there's certain weapons that clearly need it. The whip is one of them. But it has it in some aspects. It's just so slow where the phantom range doesn't really help it. But that's not what we're talking about. We're just talking about phantom range and what has it the most. What attack, what weapon, you get it. You understand. But the whip, I mean, the whip, you know, you can do certain things with the whip that you can't do with other weapons. Maybe I can showcase that right now. Come on, get whipped. Look at that, phantom range. See that? Oh, is this what you want? Come on. Oh, try to parry it. Try to parry it. Oh! Uh-oh. Now I can't hit him. What? What the hell? Ow. Come on, you son of a pig. You lucky bastard. So lucky. If they were bled, I would have won. Ah, dumb. So dumb. They got aggressive, which was good. That was what you were supposed to do. Although, I should have hit him there, and stupid. Anyways, you can see some of the phantom range. I got a few hits in the phantom range area with the whip. Really, I don't relying on phantom range is dumb. Don't do that. I mean, unless you're so far away to where you can't hit, then it's like, well, why not try it, right? Alright, and now the last weapon. I'm going to lump claws in with fists. I know they're slightly different, but I'm going to lump them in. They have a little bit of phantom range here because it's sort of what allows them to be a weapon, actually. What? Oh, you lucky son of a bitch. I don't know why I wasn't able to punch him. That was stupid. Wow. The damage is real. Now, I don't know how I'm going to win this. They have a little bit of phantom range. This sucks. What is the running attack? Oh, crap. You just saw phantom range right there. You just saw it. Oh, man. All right, anyways, I just want you to put your vote down. And in the answers portion of this video next week, put down your vote for what do you think has the most ridiculous phantom range. What attack, what weapon, and so on. This showcase video sucked. What I lose, like, I lost, like, all the matches only because I'm trying to showcase it. I'm not trying to win or anything. Trying to do the damn things that do the phantom range, but it just wasn't happening. Like, it happens organically a lot of times. It's not something you can really shoot for a lot of the times. But as you see there, you know, I got wrecked. Please don't look at these and like, this guy, he sucks at everywhere. Just watch my showcase videos. All right, I do much better than I did here, damn it. Anyways, again, put it in the comments below. Tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will be back.